In this video, we'll talk about the 16 ways you can improve your productivity. This applies to all aspects of life outside of work. But before we begin, be sure to check out the links in the description box for our affiliate links to recommended products. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to the Psychology Pub YouTube channel. Now, let's get into this video. Productivity is a measure of how efficient one works on a particular task. If you're able to produce top-quality work in the least amount of time, you'll be handsomely rewarded by the company you're working for. But personal productivity is all about achieving the goals you've set for yourself. And here are 16 ways you can boost your productivity levels, both for personal and work-related tasks. Number 1. Let a to-do list guide you. Many people choose to go about their days without a plan. Some of these folks have so much going on in the 12-hour period, but have no specific strategy on how to attack them. This is where a reliable to-do list comes in. By writing down what you need to do, it's easier to visualize what you need to accomplish. It also gives you a rough estimate of the time you need to get each task done, which helps you plan your day better. You'll find many digital apps to serve as your to-do list, but if you're old school and prefer the traditional pen and notepad, that works equally well. Number 2. Don't forget to take breaks. You could be doing spring cleaning or developing a ride-sharing app that would rival Uber and Lyft. Whatever it is you're working on, don't forget to take breaks. You'll obviously get more things done by working continuously, but along with this perk comes the possible consequence of stress and burnout. At worst, you'll lose the appreciation you have for your job. Taking a break for lunch is a given, but you can also schedule shorter 10-minute pauses to let off some steam. Take that time to either do some yoga, mindfulness meditation, or a quick stroll around the neighborhood. You'll be refreshed with a second wind upon your return. Number 3. Make shared goals a top priority. It's often said that teamwork makes the dream work. Theoretically, completing a huge task is much easier with the help of colleagues. However, there is a caveat. Everyone must be on the same page. The best way to do this is to focus on your shared goals and make them stand out. With everyone trying to achieve one thing, you'll get to that target destination much easier and more efficiently. Think of it like rowing a boat. Paddling in different directions will get you nowhere, and you waste energy in the process. But paddle the same way in unison, you move faster and much smoother. Number 4. Celebrate victories and milestones. Since we're on the topic of teamwork, it's also important to stress the value of positive reinforcement. One of the best ways to do this is by celebrating victories regardless of their significance. As long as they've put the work in, there is always something to congratulate a colleague about. It could be about writing an article that went viral or a successful launch of a mini project. These hat tips and pats on the back are huge morale boosters. They do well in encouraging a colleague to keep up the good work and maybe even outdo themselves the next time around. Number 5. Keep yourself healthy. It was Greek philosopher Thales who first wrote about having a sound body and a sound mind. He was one of the first people to introduce the idea of being in great physical and mental health. There is indeed a connection between the body and mind. If you eat poorly and lack sleep and regular exercise, your mental health takes an equal beating. That can manifest through dips in productivity. So, be sure to keep yourself healthy both physically and mentally. Be active, get reasonable hours of sleep every day while eating a balanced, nutritious diet. Number 6. Draw the line between work life and personal life. Especially in this day and age of remote working and technology, it's easier to blur the lines between work life and personal life. Bosses expect their employees to be accessible 24/7, which pretty much nullifies the idea of the much-needed work-life balance. Employers need to respect these boundaries and not badger their employers during their off-work hours. As the employee, you must also keep these two worlds apart. Have a separate phone for answering calls and business emails. Then you can stash it away once your workday is over. This strategy is also part of keeping yourself mentally healthy. Number 7. Set specific office hours when working from home. This tip ties in with our previous item. Those who work from home sometimes lose track of their office hours. It's why many tend to spend almost 20 hours per day doing work while completely neglecting their personal life. The only difference between freelancers and office employees is that the work hours are flexible. But it is important to set those specific hours that will be dedicated to the job. Once you've established that, do your best to follow it to the T. Number 8. Work with proper tools. Laptops these days already have everything you need for getting work done and remote communication. Built-in microphone? Check. Webcam? Roger that. Word processing tools? You bet. But you can also make small upgrades to make your work life more efficient and therefore boost productivity. If you're editing videos or working as a graphic designer, a second monitor will help improve your visual capacity. Desk lamps also work well in preventing eye strain. And the best investment you can arguably make would be for an ergonomic desk and chair. Both will keep you at an optimal position and not compromise your posture. Number 9. Let go of perfection. Research, preparation, and practice can only take you so far. Uncertainties will arise, as it is customary in life. There is no such thing as achieving perfection, and focusing your energy on it will hurt your productivity and overall output. Spending a full hour editing a paragraph, for example, will lead you nowhere substantial other than a bad headache and a frustrating time. The same goes with exerting 2 months on finding the right font for your blog. Instead, familiarize yourself with the art of letting go. Accept the fact that things may not go as planned and make the necessary adjustments. Number 10. Take on the least exciting tasks first. Corporate folks are well too familiar with this quandary. Not every task on your to-do list is something you look forward to doing. There are some that will discourage you right from the jump, and that's okay. Experts advise tackling these tedious tasks first, while your productivity is at peak levels. You'll feel your workload lighten once you've gotten those out of the way. Some people compare it to going to the gym in the morning. That's one strenuous activity off their checklist, which means they can take it easier for the rest of the day. Number 11. Block off all distractions. For those who grew up in the pre-social media and smartphone era, eliminating distractions was as easy as turning off the TV. But these days, these diversions come in the form of memes, YouTube videos, and Facebook notifications, just to name a few. If you need to keep your phone under lock and key, do so. You can also find various online applications to temporarily block off streaming sites and social media. Remember, these are temporary distractions. Once you've completed your tasks, you can bring them back into your life. Number 12. Stop multitasking. There is no such thing as an effective multitasker. Sure, you're doing multiple tasks at once, but the quality of one of them is likely suffering because of it. Our brains aren't wired to accomplish 2 things at once, and that's something we need to come to terms with. There is, however, such a thing as effective task pairing. It's taking 2 tasks that don't require the same brain function. So if, let's say, you need to listen to a podcast for work, you can do that while taking a walk or doing your laundry. You can also do some networking while having a meal. Number 13. Learn to say no. The fear of missing out isn't only about wanting to know a specific piece of information. Sometimes it's also about taking on obligations out of fear of a missed opportunity, without really considering how much you have on your plate already. This problem is also common during this era of freelancing. People take on one job after the other until they're suddenly faced with a full calendar of deadlines without even knowing it. Learn to say no. It may be a missed opportunity, but a new one will come along. It will likely be a better one. Number 14. Play some background music. A little background music can definitely help in killing the monotony of a typical busy workday. Some piano jazz or classical music can take some of the edge off and turn it into a more productive experience. However, the type of music you pick is also important. Ideally, you'd want songs devoid of lyrics that you may end up singing along to. That could create an entirely new distraction. Number 15. Get up early. Have you ever tried getting up early by accident? You'll feel like you suddenly have some extra hours in your day. You now have the time to work out, do some meditation, and read some chapters of your favorite book. But of course, you'd want to get enough sleep. Urge yourself to be in bed at a reasonable time and give yourself a good night's sleep. Number 16. Learn to delegate tasks. While it's great to have impeccable DIY skills, there will be times when someone else's input can benefit the situation. And there's no shame in asking for that helping hand. If you have a good team around you, they take some of the load off you. You get to relax a bit while getting things done in the process. Everybody wins. What other ways can help improve productivity? Comment below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the links in the description box for our affiliate links to recommended products. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to the Psychology Pub YouTube channel.